Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. A very dynamic market at the moment, a very dynamic market environment that we currently have here in the gold market, generally across different markets. And then tomorrow or today, depending on when you watch this video, we've got the CPI data, which is probably going to shake up the market a little bit as well. But let's take a look at my latest assumptions here about the market, the latest Elliott wave count, and what is happening here. First of all, bigger picture, assumption is still that if I zoom out, I probably have to go to the weekly chart. Yeah, that we have the long-term chart here, that this was a wave 1 in 1980, we came down in wave 2, 99, we moved up in a wave 3, 2011, came down in a 4, 2015, 2016, and we are now in the fifth wave. But the assumption is that in the fifth wave, we have really only done wave 1, 2, 3, and we are now in the fourth wave, and there will be still another fifth wave coming afterwards. Could take us into the region $2,500, $2,600, but we are not there yet. And what is interesting, obviously, at the moment is when is this correction finished. So we've been talking about the current prices already back in January, when we still had around just below $2,000 on the gold chart. Yeah. So again, the Elliott waves have helped us very well here to forecast the current prices. However, the latest development here, where gold had another chance to push here to the upside after it came for a second time in my target area, in my reversal area. Yeah, it has reversed, but it doesn't appear to be a sustainable reversal yet, and we're going to talk about why that is. Yeah. So my previous video, we talked about that gold so far had only done 3 waves and that it could still fail because it hadn't done 5 waves to the upside. So from the low here at 1622, yeah, it created a wave 1. That's basically still the wave count from the last video. We said it created a wave 2, possibly, and that we were still in a wave 3. But that we need to see, first of all, condition for the further bullish development of this chart would be a push to the upside imminently, because we were already here at this level in the last video. That was around 1700, and I told you if we drop below that level, it won't be good for the chart. So there are certain levels where you get these sort of invalidations, or levels where stop losses could be set or whatever, yeah. But the point is, we broke that level and then it really rushed to the downside here. So we never saw that wave to the upside. The market did not use the opportunity, and I think we might get a reset now, and that means we will get down even lower. So we'll talk about that and what that means for the market now. But this sketched out scenario here is probably not going to become reality. At least it doesn't appear to be doing that, not in an ideal pattern that we are always looking for. Yeah. So we can take off this sort of bullish potential off the chart for now. There is still a chance for it to do it, but it has become far less likely. So let's take that off the chart for now, and let's take a look at what it could be instead and where the market is now heading. So what you often see in these attempted breakouts, when a chart fails at 3 waves, which they can always do, it's not a sign of strength, yeah, and we're probably going to come down even lower. Important for me is that the short-term assumption, it tells me now, or makes me assume, that the move to the upside here is now, or was just, a corrective pattern, because I can't count 5 waves to the upside as complete. So it has to be something like an A, B, C, and there's a couple of ways how this can be counted. Not that relevant here now for the short term. So A, B, C, and then that we had already, because this is sort of turning around now, that we've already seen here a wave 1, a wave 2, here a wave 3 to the downside. This could have been already the wave 4, or we're doing a bit of a triangle here, which is absolutely possible, and then there will be another 5th wave to the downside. that it's probably going to get below the previous swing low here, which was at 1622. What kind of is there any way that the market could now push to the upside, and what would be the level that would make that much more likely? So I can tell you very clearly that this looks currently like an impulse down. Yeah, so at the moment, all the gold looks like it's set up for further downside. We've reached here perfect target area for a wave 3. We are now reversing in a wave 4. That could, I don't even need to measure, I can tell you straight away, that could already be done. Yeah, we've reached the 38.2% fib level here, as you can see. Perfect retracement for a wave 4, so a strong reaction to it, but so far we have not broken the previous swing low at 1666. So only if we do that, that would be the confirmation we're heading further down. Now, a wave 4 can stretch up higher. A wave 4 could go all the way up to the 50% retracement. So I wouldn't even be surprised if wave 4 pushes a little bit higher. Only if it goes above $1,700, then we might have another chance to break here to the upside, and a very strong sign that we are indeed breaking to the upside and that we have another chance to make a new high from here, and that we might indeed, even if it's fairly unlikely now that we are indeed in a breakout pattern, is a break above the 1708 level. Why is that? Because in such an impulsive move to the downside, the wave 4 is not allowed to cut into the price region of the wave 1. If that happens, this wave count is invalidated, and we are probably going to do something much more bullish here, or at least give the breakout another try. Okay, but until that is the case, until we break above 1708 or at least 1700, my focus remains here clearly on the downside. Had a bit of a so-called double top up here, and this might eventually become a bit of a head and shoulders pattern as well. But for now we are heading down, and this looks impulsive to me at this stage. And yeah, that wave 4 can be over fairly soon as well. But so that's sort of the assumption. That means this wave 4 needs to move over here. And well, what does it mean for the overall count? So I will probably have to revise here the higher level wave count assumption, because at the moment I've got it here as a WXYXZ pattern. We need to see. I need to look at this. It is entirely possible to have within such a Z wave another corrective pattern. So I could have within the Z wave, and this is a very messy corrective pattern then. But within the Z wave itself, I can have another WXYXZ pattern. This is possible. It is super rare, and I really need to take some time to think about, are there other charts possible? Are there other scenarios possible which are more likely? Because a combined WXYXZ with a WXYXZ inside, it is super rare. And I would look at this in terms of having here a WXYXZ. I'll leave it for now, yeah, but until the next video I really need to think about, is there something more likely? Because if you have those waves, it's super complex, yeah. So however, it's not too important here in the long run. What is important, price is key, the price ranges, and which of those price ranges are going to confirm or invalidate here the short-term pattern, because this is now where the relevance is. So primarily with the latest dip, yeah, it seems like gold hasn't used its bullish possibility it had. We seem to be coming further down. What is currently coming up from down there looks still fairly corrective, so it would confirm that it's just a wave 4, and we will see maybe in the next few days quite an impulsive sell-off that should come then below 1622. Important is that ideally we stay above the 1605 level, because if we do that, if we break below it, it breaks the 50% fib retracement. That assumes that this is probably not a wave 4 anymore. Then we might morph into a much more bearish wave pattern where we could even see a much deeper correction and possibly even a 3-digit gold price. But ideally we're turning around in this yellow area. Now, of course, it's getting more and more challenged. The deeper we go, the lower we go. Yeah, that's my update about gold. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.